Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. How thankful are you that it's not raining right now? Yes, it is wonderful to see all of your smiling faces. If you are planning on taking a seat, please do so right now because we're going to get this program started. Let's get this party going. I'm Monique Minglaven from Cairo 7, and it is such a pleasure, such an honor to be out here today to share this moment with you, a piece of our history and a piece of our future as well. Look at this new doorway to the city. What curb appeal we have now, right? Yes, absolutely. You know, I was out here January 11th of 2019, the last day for the viaduct. People were gnashing their teeth. There were a few tears shed. And I don't discount that people had wonderful memories tied to the viaduct, but I wish they could have seen what we're in the middle of right now, right? The viaduct, I think, is kind of like your unrequited high school love that meant so much. Your world revolved around it. And now that you have a wonderful life, you can't even remember their name. Because we are in the middle of this. This is the much more beautiful, talented, intelligent mate that we were meant to have, right? We have this beautiful park. It's connecting the waterfront to downtown. It's allowing us to all come together. This is what this region deserves. It's what these families deserve. And we get to show off. I mean, the Seahawks home opener is tomorrow. Can you imagine the shots they're going to show? People are going to ooh and ah, but we are going to be so lucky because it's not for the visitors. Well, it's partly, they're welcome, right? But this is for us. This is for us, and this is of us. And we get to celebrate that today, including the first person I have the honor of introducing. Chairperson Jaison Elkins of the Muckleshoot Indian tribe. This is his fourth term on the tribal council. He values the responsibilities of being a hunter, a fisherman, promoting respect for tribal sovereignty, and protecting tribal interest. He also prioritizes family values, and we get to see what he's talking about right now. His wife, Lindsay, is here. Thank you for being here, and for bringing his beautiful daughters, Skuya and Wania. Wave to the crowd. Thank you so much for being here, especially because we know you have a big softball game to get to later today. So appreciate it. And Chairperson Elkins, please come on up.
Thank you, Monique, for that wonderful introduction. My daughter, shout out to my daughter. She plays for the Seattle Fast Pitch Club, and I see someone else out there. I see a teammate out there with you, Skuya. But Jaison Elkins, Tista, Tualchud, Muckleshoot, Hots, Dotitude. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jaison Elkins. I'm the chairman of the Muckleshoot tribe. I want to welcome everybody here to the ancestral homelands of the Muckleshoot and the Suquamish peoples. We have treaty rights. Oh, sorry. So the Muckleshoot tribe and the Suquamish tribe, we have Point Elliott treaty rights, and we're actually going to be fishing in Elliott Bay tomorrow. We're going to be fishing for salmon. It's going to be a good year. If you look out there, sometimes you see the fish jumping. I seen them, so I'm going to try to get out there early. But back to the treaty rights. Our tribe, you know, we have Point Elliott treaty rights and Medicine Creek treaty rights, and we reserve those rights to hunt, fish, and gather on our usual and accustomed lands and waterways. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we honor those treaty rights and those agreements between governments, between nations, as their nation-to-nation agreements. And I just want to thank the city of Seattle for working with us early on and engaging the Muckleshoot tribe. It is my understanding it's been over 2 decades in the works, and here we are. Gotta love that. Everybody's excited for this, and that must be my 3 minutes. But yeah, I'm really grateful. I am very grateful to be here. the way we show our gratitude to you all is we're going to have our Muckleshoot canoe family. They're going to sing and they're going to dance, and we're going to sing and dance together. And we're going to show you all that we still have our culture, our language, and we're still here. We're still here. We're thriving, and we thank the city of Seattle for all of your good work, and we look forward to working together. So thank you all. My hands go up to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words and for obeying your cue there. That's terrific. And now we get to hear from Chairman Leonard Forsman from the Suquamish tribe. He has served as tribal chairman since 2005. He's been on the tribal council for 35 years. He's worked as a professional archaeologist and is the former director of the Suquamish Museum. This man knows history. Chairman Forsman has been a partner to the city for many years and in the planning and design of this waterfront. He advocated for tribal leadership and representation in the design and the planning. Thank you so much for being here, Chairman Forsman.
Hawksville Hill, everybody. It's been a great journey. I'm Leonard Forsman. I'm chairman of the Suquamish tribe, and I'm just really grateful to be here to represent my people. And we are the people of Chief Seattle, for the city was named, and we're very proud of that fact. And we carry his beliefs and his lessons that he laid out for us in a speech he gave not far from here in Pioneer Square in 1854, before we signed the Treaty of Point Elliott, which established the Port Madison Reservation for the Suquamish and Duwamish and other tribes in his domain in the central Puget Sound. I'd like to introduce our vice chairman right here, Josh Bagley. Thanks, Josh, for being here. And I'd like to thank Jaison for his great words, and also recognize the fact that all the people that have worked so hard, a lot of you are here. Some have gone on to the other side, but their spirit is here, still with us. And just the collaboration that has occurred is just being presented here today, and through all the planning and the designs that made it and the designs that didn't, and the ideas that made it and the ideas that didn't. We were all had an open mind, and we went through this struggle together, but the citizens and the donors and all those people that have done so much hard work over the years, it's been great. I'm on the Friends of Waterfront Seattle board, and it's been a great opportunity to meet a lot of great people and who are all here, and I'd like to thank the current mayor and the past mayors and all the people that work for them in getting this done. Chief Seattle, when he gave his speech, he talked about all this land being sacred to the people, and every piece of land and the rocks and everything had a soul. And that's kind of what we're doing today, is we want to make sure that Jaison and our other fishermen from the Suquamish and Muckleshoot can continue fishing. So we're all here when we come down to the water, remember that we all have a responsibility to preserve the waters and the lands of this area for future generations. And we, as fishermen and pre-contact and after contact, came over here to harvest smelt in the Duwamish River. We harvest salmon, we harvest cattails. Chief Seattle had a village here. And we really have a strong presence here as a Suquamish people. And just to end, I think that part of Chief Seattle's speech, towards the end, he was really concerned about the future of his people, and if these two cultures could get along. If you read the speech, he has a lot of despair in there. And one of the things he says is that we may be brothers, and I'll add sisters after all. And I think we're going in the right direction. So on behalf of Suquamish people, congratulations, and enjoy this park. Ahoy.
Thank you so much for that deep and meaningful perspective. That was fantastic. Now we are going to hear from Mayor Bruce Harrell. As Mayor Bruce Harrell pledges a commitment to innovation, also to bold thinking and acting big. He recognizes the importance also of collaboration, and he pushed for partnership across city departments to bring this transformation of our waterfront to this finish line. He looks at this as a reflection of his vision for One Seattle, to turn our city's pioneering spirit into progress and create a downtown that is safe, welcoming, and a neighborhood for all. Please welcome Mayor Harrell.
Thank you.
Monique demanded that we keep our speeches down to 3 minutes. I saw Jaison and Leonard come up with no notes, and here Harrell comes with this big binder. I thought she said 23 minutes. I missed out on the early briefing. And I'm going to use a few minutes. I have to recognize some great people there. Greg, you do not stand up when I ask you to do this. If you served on the city council or you're serving on the city council, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. They're the ones that deserve the thanks. If you have served on the state, you guys sit down now, council. If you have served on the state legislature or you are serving, please stand up. We want to recognize you. Jamie, oh, there we go, yes. If you have served on the King County Council or are serving on the King County Council, please stand up and be recognized. Yes. I got something special for you, Greg. You stay down. This is Seattle at its best. We have to recognize that just as the Space Needle and the Pike Place Market are global symbols of Seattle, this new waterfront, where we are standing on September 6th, let's say where we were on this day, is a new symbol of Seattle, a place where Seattleites and Washingtonians can take pride in and the world will come to know. It broke my heart and angered me at the same time when I saw the son of our president call Seattle a crap hole. A place where I was born, a place where you committed to. Look at this. A city of innovation, a city of love, a welcoming city. A city where we take pride in our LGBTQ communities, our immigrant and refugees. We welcome everyone here because Seattle is very, very special. That's why we stand here on the 6th of September. Now, none of this happened overnight. None of it happened alone. This has been decades in the making. So I have many cabinet members here. I'm not going to ask you to stand because I've been seeing you work so diligently in the last few years. But I have to give now, Greg, this is where you can stand, a special shout out to Greg, Mayor Nichols, for your vision, my friend. Thank you. And I want to recognize and honor, I'm going to look up former Mayor Charlie Royer, affectionately known as Charlie by many of us, for his contributions to this effort. And my law school classmate and friend, Jenny Durkin, I want to thank her and, again, many of the former and current city council members that put skin in this game. I'll close by saying this. It takes three things to accomplish something like this as a region. First, the vision, born out of the Nisqually earthquake. Well, what are we going to do next? Secondly, the stated commitment to people. We will do this. Yes, we will do this. But thirdly, the action, the implementation. And generally, having worked with a lot of groups in my life, it starts to go down from the vision to the stated commitment to the work. But not here. Those that had the vision, those that stated their commitment, and those who put in the work made this fruition, and you know who you are, and you didn't necessarily do this for thanks. I saw those politicians were quick to stand up. That's what we do. But there are those that did not stand up that are here, and I just want you to know that we see you, and we thank you. The philanthropic community, Gov, I know we're going to hear from you. I thank you for your commitment to this state and to this city. So thank you, and I close with Jaison and Leonard. We don't give here, from our administration and from others, token appreciation. We recognize you, we see you, we hope we've honored you. Thank you very much.
Mayor, not bad, a little over 3 minutes, but
Okay,
that's all right.
23 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Good edits. Well, as Washington governor from 2005 to 2013, Chris Gregoire led the state in historical investments in infrastructure. That includes the transformation of our waterfront. She led the state at a time during which there were a lot of ideas, a lot of options, a lot of opinions considered for the Alaskan Way Viaduct and the waterfront. And she encouraged collaboration between the various governing agencies to reach a decision. And without her leadership, the people of Seattle would not be here today to celebrate the completion of Waterfront Park. Chris Gregoire.
Well, good morning, everybody. Are we ready to celebrate?
Yeah.
It only took us 2 decades. For just a brief moment, can I ask you all to turn your heads around and look back there and just imagine it's still there. For a moment, just imagine that thing casting all its shadows over everything, disconnecting the city from the sea, and making sure that you and I couldn't hear each other if we screamed each other 2 inches apart. So, and then, the thing that moved, I think, all of us the most, the threat of another Nisqually earthquake that within just very few seconds would have taken the whole thing down and everybody on it and around it. That was nearly our future. It really was nearly our future. And instead, together, we chose a transformational vision. We tore down that barrier and we reconnected our great city to the sea. Today, playgrounds and paths and sweeping overlooks stand where that gray concrete was. Families together, gathering, businesses thriving, visitors experience the best of who we are. It was just a little over a week ago, I brought 2 grandsons down to the waterfront. We went, of course, over to the aquarium. We went, of course, to Wings Over Washington. They were screaming happiness. I was like, oh God, I think I'm sick. We went to dinner out on the wharf, and throughout that visit, I heard all these foreign languages. And I would engage with people. Not that I could speak the language, but we would engage, and I'd say, isn't it great? Isn't it wonderful? I actually think they thought I was paid to be a marketer for the city. I believe that's the kind of legacy that we must leave to generations, and they deserve it. And I'm so proud. My daughter and my youngest little grandson, Hayden, are here today. This is our legacy to you, you two. As we celebrate today, let us remember it took everyone, and it took decades for this moment to happen. And many of us know along the way it wasn't very easy. The project was tested again and again and again. Changes in leadership, unforeseen hurdles, you name it, we saw it and we weathered through it. It took shared responsibility, elected officials, government agencies, city planners, engineers, skilled trades, community champions, all pulling together to make the impossible actually possible in the great city of Seattle. I'd like to pause for a moment, like the mayor did, and thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Mayor, and those who couldn't be here. I want to pause for a moment and say a big thank you to governors who stood the test of time. You transfer leadership, it could be killed, it wasn't. Thank you, Gary Locke. Thank you, Governor Inslee. Thank you, Governor Ferguson. Together, we stood tall, we stood together, we did not let it get canceled. Yeah. It took tremendous leadership from the legislature. Fast and made it possible. Thank you. The WashDOT team was amazing. They did what, I'll put them up against anybody around the country. I think Julie's here today. She was a major force in it. Amy's here today. She was a major consultant. You know, everybody at WashDOT were determined to make it happen, and they did a fantastic job. And the port made sure that it kept functioning throughout those years of construction. Many more to thank. Thank you all for your leadership. You did a fantastic job. But I also want to say thank you to the great people of Seattle, from neighbors to workers to businesses who spoke up, who made their voices heard at the ballot box, who endured years of construction. They held the vision that the waterfront was for everyone. And to the people of this great city, thank you and congratulations. You know, Washington has never been afraid to be bold. We created the iconic Space Needle. We built the world's largest floating bridge, the 520. We carved, at the time, the longest tunnel right below us. And now we've opened the waterfront to reconnect our city to the horizon. And like the Space Needle, I agree, It will become Seattle's icon with its views, with its activities, with every opportunity for us to congregate here. It's not just a piece of infrastructure. It is not just a road. It's proof of what's possible when we lead with vision and determination. We didn't just remove some concrete. We uncovered a horizon of water and mountains and endless possibility from those who brought us to this day. And we made sure that every possibility we would take. That is the city we are. That is the state we are. Congratulations all, and let's celebrate. My 3 minutes are up.
And can we have a hand for whoever's in charge of that? They're keeping us on schedule. Fantastic. Governor, they say hindsight is 2020. We are so grateful your foresight was 2020 as well. Talk about somebody having a vision also. Joy Shigaki, the president and CEO of Friends of Waterfront Park. You know, Joy is a proud fourth-generation Seattleite. She's also a national leader in shaping major civic projects and public spaces. Since 2022, she's led Friends of Waterfront Park, the nonprofit steward, ensuring the park remains welcoming, safe, and vibrant for generations to come. Now, among her career accomplishments, leading campaigns for the Presidio Tunnel Tops in San Francisco, also the Mayor's Fund to advance New York City, and here in Seattle, creating the first permanent home for the Wing Luke Museum. Joy brings deep roots and a lifelong commitment to equity and making Waterfront Park a true gathering place for everyone. Please welcome Joy Shigaki.
Good morning. We stand today on the traditional lands and waters of the Coast Salish peoples who have cared for the shoreline since time immemorial and whose presence continues to guide us, and we will continue to do that extraordinary work. I want to thank Mayor Harrell, Angela Brady of the Office of the Waterfront and Civic Projects and Sound Transit, Marshall Foster and our partners with Seattle Center, our tribal chairman with the Suquamish and the Muckleshoot, and every community member who believed in a vision that was audacious as this extraordinary Waterfront Park project. Today we mark a milestone in a decades-long vision. Some of you have been on this project for nearly 15 to 20 years. That transformed what was a beloved viaduct that took us north and south into something that is a world-class public space for everyone. And at a time where we need public space, connection, culture, and community more than ever. Friends of Waterfront Park was formed in this vision, knowing you needed a dynamic not-for-profit who accompanied the strength of our public partners with the state of Washington, King County, the city of Seattle, and the talent of the staff and elected officials to be able to deliver on this project through advocacy, community engagement, and leading a comprehensive campaign to fund a $170 million project for the campaign for Waterfront Park, which we are very close, but we still need some support. But that wouldn't have happened without partnership. What you've heard today is how this work happens is through deep collaboration, trust, a little blood, sweat, and tears, and a belief that in the end, the longer view and the vision of a project as transformative as Waterfront Park is worth it. That's what makes for extraordinary cities, and that's what actually builds the DNA of a city and a region like ours. We're honored to serve as a nonprofit steward. Some people have said, what are you doing when the park opens? As if I was going to lose my job. But the truth is, the work is just beginning. We are turning a page to mark today's party, hopefully one of the biggest ones in Seattle, to welcome the community back. How we use this space, how we continue to welcome and engage people year-round into this extraordinary world-class space will be up to all of us. It will evolve. We will continue to grow and honor and tell the story of this place, and we should because we're a world-class city. And so we're excited to be in partnership with all of you, with the Seattle Center and the city, with community partners, and all of the dozens of organizations, creatives, artists, businesses who are here today who care so deeply about this place and make this place so unique. We're really thrilled to bring cultural programming, community festivals, amenities, cleanliness, joy, and welcome, because public spaces need that more than ever, and that is our obligation to serve every visitor who comes. And then the millions of visitors who come to Seattle and say, something's extraordinary about this town, and I'm going to keep coming back. The work, again, of partnership is critical to our work. Waterfront businesses, downtown stakeholders, community organizations, artists, and all of you. Friends needs friends. And so that is the invitation to all of you to continue to connect with us in our work and to be the ambassadors of this beautiful place in our region. I want to specifically thank the Friends Board of Directors. If you can please stand, current and past. Please stand, Board of Directors. And a specific shout out to Maggie Walker, who's maybe gained maybe one white hair or two through this arc of this work. Audacious civic leadership takes all of us working together, and even through the tough times, as sometimes a passive-aggressive city. But that's what we needed to get here. To our many friends, donors, and supporters who supported the campaign for Waterfront Park to this point, we have raised $165 million because we care about this city. If you can stand or raise your hand unless you don't want to be recognized, I understand. To realize this public space, and we would not be standing here at this stage, but we are inviting you to help us close this gap at the end of this month to get to the $170 million. And to the Friends of Waterfront Park staff, will you please raise your hands with the pink shirts? They are an extraordinary team. I am so proud to be your colleagues, to be working with all of you, to bring this party for 50 to 60,000 people today, but every day to make sure we center local community and culture in this place. You are extraordinary. I'm so honored to be working alongside of you. And I want to give a shout out to our amazing grand opening season sponsors. You have helped bring this moment, this historic moment of this big party today. And making sure we extended a warm welcome to everyone coming down here. So I'd like to thank the Gates Foundation, Amazon, Microsoft, the Port of Seattle, Cairo 7, KEXP, the Seattle Times, and Converge Media. Special thanks to the Allen Family Philanthropies and For Cultures for their further sustaining programming support this year. I'd also like to thank some of our key city project partners who have helped bring this park and vision to reality and have supported this grand opening year as sponsors: Jacobs, Field Operations, Hoffman, and WSP. And lastly, I'd like to thank the incredible sponsors who have made today's grand opening celebration possible, and some who have activations throughout this 20-acre party today. So be sure to check out their booths, chat with them, thank them, because this is the generosity of spirit of this place. Our top peer sponsors, Starbucks, AF Gilmore, Pier 54, and Delta. Our park anchor sponsors, Alaska Airlines, Holland America, Martin Smith Inc., and WeWork, and our beacon builder sponsors, Norwegian Cruise Line. This park, thank you. This park is now yours, all of ours. It's a place of joy, of rest, of reconnection, and connection to nature and one another. Our goal is to create the kind of magic every day that makes people say, "Meet me at Waterfront Park." Let's celebrate today and every day. Thank you, and enjoy the party.
For those of you who have heard Joy's enthusiasm in speaking about Waterfront Park for the last several years, you've heard her say or use the words audacity and audacious a lot. And I just want to bring it to everyone's attention. She even used that in trying to get people excited about public restrooms, and she delivered. It's a miracle. Next up, we have Angela Brady, Director of the Office of the Waterfront Civic Projects and Sound Transit. Angela has been with the City of Seattle for over 20 years, the last 13 with the Office of the Waterfront. She's the executive directly responsible for overseeing the design and construction of the Waterfront Seattle program. She's led a large team of city staff across multiple departments, collaborating with consultants and interagency partners, and they have successfully delivered what we're celebrating today. Angela Brady.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay. It is an incredible honor to stand here today to celebrate the completed 20 acres of our new and gorgeous Seattle waterfront. Not only have we created beautiful gathering spaces and parks, we've built an all-new, top-of-the-line, multimodal transportation system to include replacement of all of the underground utilities. I know it's not so sexy to talk about, but there's been a lot of work that's happened out here over the years. And this 15-year transformation you have witnessed has been an enormous undertaking with so many challenges overcome to get here. You've heard a few of those today, and it warms my heart to be leading the charge in closing out this successful program. You've heard some thank yous. I have a long list of thank yous, so buckle up. Thank you all so much. On behalf of the Office of the Waterfront, I want to thank Seattleites who have been at the table sharing their ideas for this monumental transformation of our waterfront from the very beginning. The businesses and the neighbors along Alaskan Way who have been very patient, understanding, and wonderful to work with, despite withstanding 15 full years, you guys, of construction at your front doors. And I see you back there, Bob Donegan. He's been a champion of this program for a very long time. Thank you. The design team at New York City-based landscape architecture firm Field Operations, Jim Corner sitting here in front of us. Thank you for their vision. They developed the vision for this transformation of Seattle's waterfront in partnership with the city, the people of Seattle through a deep community engagement process, and many civic and community leaders over the years. We talked about the original Central Waterfront Executive Committee members for their unwavering leadership, stewardship, and support of the Waterfront Seattle program. Maggie Walker and the late, great Mayor Charlie Royer, who were co-chairs and leaders of the executive committee. Maggie has been an incredible leader and has stuck with us over all these years. She's such a force. Thank you so much. I want to say a few names of some of the other members of that original, the OG as we call them, the Central Waterfront Executive Committee. Jerry Johnson, I see you here. John Nushholm, Patrick Gordon, Mark Reddington, Carol Binder, Bob Davidson, David Freibath, and Ed Madero. Thank you so much. Thank you to every person who has contributed their skills to the creation of Waterfront Park, to the people who have spent countless hours planning, designing, engineering, permitting, financing, and constructing this beautiful new park, to the artists who developed unique artworks that reflect the environmental and cultural aspects of our waterfront. Your commitment to the Waterfront Seattle program has made it possible for Seattle and visitors from near and far to enjoy it today and well into the future. Thank you to the funding partners, including City of Seattle departments, Washington State Department of Transportation, the Port of Seattle, Pike Place Market, Seattle Aquarium, the Waterfront Local Improvement District, ratepayers, King County, and all the philanthropic donors organized by Friends of Waterfront Park. Thank you to the many design and construction management consultant firms and all of our contractors, construction workers, and laborers, without whom none of this could be possible. And of course, my entire team at the Office of the Waterfront, both former and current team members, many of whom are here today to help celebrate. You will forever hold a special place in my heart. And I am tremendously proud of you and the waterfront we spent 15 years creating for Seattle. I cannot name everyone who played important roles on this program, or I'd literally be up here all day long. Needless to say, it's taken a small village of incredible partnerships to get this done. And lastly, I'd like to ask Marshall Foster and Joy Shigaki to join me up here. The work of my city, Office of the Waterfront team, is pretty much complete, and we are happy to hand over the keys to Waterfront Park to they're more than capable teams. But thank you, Marshall, this guy. Come up here, Marshall. I want you to come up here. This guy has been with this program from day one, since 2010 when it began. He's put his blood, his sweat, his tears into this moment. You are the best partner anyone could ever ask for here. Let's see, what else do I need to say? I'm going to thank Marshall and his entire Seattle Center Waterfront Park team for taking care of this beautiful park by ensuring it's well maintained and safe. Woo! Great job, you guys. Thank you, Joy, and the entire Friends of Waterfront Park for activating and ensuring this space feels inviting to all. You've done an incredible job to date, including the many cultural and artistic events on both piers and on the promenade. I'm confident the park will continue to be a welcoming place for community to come together and make lasting memories. Thanks again, everybody. This will be a place locals and visitors will be able to enjoy for generations to come. I hope you're able to stick around, enjoy all the festivities spanning the park today until 9 p.m. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Come over this way.
Hard work, vision, collaboration for decades. But maybe the biggest accomplishment, we're on schedule today, folks. How about that? So now, the moment we have been waiting for, the Waterfront Park grand opening celebration all day long. We're gonna have performances, family activities, food, community gatherings, all of that. And today, together, we mark this historic new chapter for Seattle at Waterfront Park. So I'd like to invite all of the folks up on the stage to please come in front, and also some special guests, Greg Nichols, Jim Corner, Maggie Walker, Steve Metrick, and Julie Meredith. If you could please come to the front here, and we will have our official ribbon cutting. It's the blue tape we're going to cut after all the red tape that you folks worked through, so thank you so much. Are we ready?
No, wait, we're not ready. We gotta
Okay.
milk this moment. We gotta milk it a little bit.
Should we wait for the foghorn again? I don't know if it's going to come.
Okay, the audience is gonna count us down, okay? We're gonna say 3, 2, 1. We ready? We're not ready. Not ready. Let us for a minute. Let loose. Let us pull the line a little bit. Give them some slack. Okay, audience, you're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? Go! 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations, Seattle. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.